Hey Soul Fam, Amelia Adair here. I hope you guys are feeling good and doing good. And I know it's been a couple of days, but it was the holiday, okay? So we was on holiday vacation, okay? And I hope you guys had a good vacation because I had a great time. I was with some friends. We, had a couple drinks, had a couple pool, had a couple food, had a couple laughs. It was great. So I'm back and I got a great message for you guys. Hold on, I got a little itch. I had a great message for you guys. So I'm not going to disclose, but I was having this conversation and it came up. Well, wait, before I even get to that, when I was getting dressed like two days before, I came to this point with myself. I was like, make sure you're not acting out of fear of rejection. That's what I said to myself. And once I said that to myself, my day changed. Like I was walking with a lot more grace. I mean, maybe unknowingly I was a little feared of that. Like I didn't even know. I'm like, you talking this and you talking that, but now it's time for you to act, because relationships are built two ways, and I know a lot of people be like, what's for me is for me. Yes, what's for you is for you, but that doesn't exempt you from, putting yourself out there, meaning reaching out to someone and checking on them and things like that. So I came to that point, and that's when I was having this conversation, and it came up again. And this time I was helping someone, you know what I mean? Like they came to me with a situation and I was just like, wait, this sounds familiar. This sounds real familiar, and it was familiar with myself. Just having that fear of rejection, when you are healing and you are, learning how to build new relationships and you are just moving in a more positive light, you want things to align better than they used to in your life. Like maybe you come from a life with a lot of drama and stress and this and learning from your mistakes. And trust me, you know what I'm saying, I have been through a lot, so I understand a lot, and I understand that when you heal, it's a never ending journey. Some people be like, I'm healed. No, babe, we gonna be healing because there's gonna be those constant battles of, okay, normally I would think like this, but now I'm trying to learn to think more like this. I'm trying to be more positive because I want to attract positive, and instead of being in a room and eyeballing out who got on the best fit, shift that and think like, wow, I'm in a room with people that have nice clothes like me. Don't always try to, women, we very competitive a lot of times, so we always want to try to see who's the best. It's not about who's the best. Who cares? Who's the best? Who made that up? You know what I mean? So when you start operating from who's the best, you kind of putting yourself into a little box, and then when you try to operate like, wow, look at where I'm standing, it shifts the view of things. And so that's where it goes back to, are you operating from fear of rejection? Because when you fear rejection, it's a domino effect of things, because then what you start doing is, one, you start comparing yourself, which is a toxic trait. Two, you'll start you start thinking for that person. Okay, so a lot of times we want to paint out the whole picture and how it's going to happen and what someone thinks and what someone says, not understanding that you can't control what someone thinks. And if you continue to try to think what someone else is thinking, you can't think for yourself because you're so busy trying to think like them that now you can't even think like you. And now you're creating a void. A lot of times we destroy the relationship before it even begins because we're so busy trying to put everyone inside of a category and everyone inside of a box. And then we kind of block our own blessings because we assume we know what everyone thinks and whatever. We think we know it all. You don't, baby. I don't. But I know enough to understand that fear of rejection will keep you stuck. You trying to make friends, you can't make friends because every time you meet a friend, you spoil it. You don't reach out. You think, oh, if I reach out, they're gonna think this. No, if they reach out, they're gonna think you were genuine. Like, we had a good time. Oh, I'm gonna reach out. So a lot of times people try to play these mind games. They play them in relationships, and they play it in friendships and family ships. And it's creating unnecessary drama in your own life. So I don't talk that much about relationships because let me tell y'all, this single life, I'm starting to think if I want a relationship. Okay? No, but it's good to really be happy with yourself and do things on yourself. And then if you find someone that's compatible, yes, later on, do that too. But if you healing and you going through this and you going through that, you don't want to drag someone else through that. Sometimes you gotta just do things alone. And I think in this world, we think alone means like, oh, lonely. No. Alone just means you just learn how to deal with your drama by yourself without having to drag your family in it, drag this, drag that. Hey, what you think? Putting that stress on people, like, it's not fun to put stress on people. And sometimes we don't even know that that's what we're doing, that we're putting stress on people because we're so selfish in what we need. We always think, oh, I need the answer. Oh, what to do? Oh, worry. Then we so worried. Then we start worrying someone else. Hey, let's worry. And now you got a worry cycle. I don't know about y'all, but it feels so good not to worry. Not to worry about what someone thinks. Not to worry about what someone feels. Be considerate. You want to be mindful of yourself, but you don't want to always be sitting around worrying about they're going to think what they're going to think. People are going to think what they're going to think. People are going to do what they're going to do. And when you are operating from just a place of peace and clarity, and you act from that place, then what's for you will fall for you. You know what I'm saying? So let's give you a quick scenario so you can really understand what I'm saying, okay? So say you meet some friends, right? You go out, you meet some friends, y'all have the time of your life. Okay? And so y'all make plans that night for the next day or the next something like that. But then you wake up the next day, you're not as lit as you was. You kind of like chilling, you kind of back to self. So then you start debating like, okay, should I reach out? We did have a good time. Am I this if I reach out? Or what if they think this? Or what if this? Or what if, listen, you'll know when you reach out what it was. But you can't fear rejection and just not reach out at all. See, people never do that next step as to reach out or put themselves out there because they know if they send a text or they call and that call gets ignored or they don't get the response they really desire, then their feelings are going to get hurt. So a lot of times we don't want someone to deny us because we know we had a good time and we know the vibe was good, but we still have that little part of us, that's like, was it just me? You're gonna wonder. You're gonna wonder, like, was it just me? Was that mad fun or what? So all you gotta do, I know it's hard. I know it's this constant battle, but I'm telling you, when that person is for you that you had fun with and you reach out and they, respond with the response that you kind of was really wanting, you end up having more fun. You know what I'm saying? By reaching out than not reaching out at all and just running away. Like, no, I'm not even gonna try. Nope. You just kind of have a whole story with you, a whole situation, a whole in your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, you gotta get out of your head and stop being so worried. Stop thinking the worst. Stop thinking, what other people are thinking. Basically, that rejection is trying to, rejection is getting rejected. Like, they like, no, you can't sit with us. You know what I'm saying? But don't be afraid of it. If someone rejects you, then okay, take what was given. Like, okay, well, I still have fun that night. Whether we have fun tomorrow night or next week, I'm okay with the fact that I had fun in that moment. Like, we created some great vibes. This is something I can still laugh about, even if it doesn't prolong. Sometimes we want things to last forever. Like, okay, because we had this fun this time, we gotta have fun every time. Sometimes the fun is just in that moment. And it's okay that the relationship doesn't take away from the fun you had in that moment. Okay? So maybe you did get rejected, right? Maybe you reached out to someone the next day and they just curved you, right? Understand that they could be battling something too. Sometimes we so selfish, we're not even thinking about what them. Maybe that was the most fun they had in so long that they don't even know what to do. They like, no, this can't be true. They fear rejection, just like you. So when you leave your house and you're going out and you're enjoying yourself, but don't be the person that's just in the house missing out on all his life. There's so much life outside. Sorry guys, I got a little mosquito bite that I'm scratching. It wanted to itch just now, but sorry. But there's so much life happening outside. Don't trap yourself inside just because you fear someone's gonna reject you, so you're just gonna settle with, I'm never gonna put myself out there. There's so much for you that you really have to put one foot forward. Some of us are looking for soulmates. Some of us are looking for friends. Some of us are looking for a sign. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are looking for something, but we're looking for it, and then we're afraid to step outside. Literally step outside, unless we're going to the gym or the store. Gym store, work, gym store. You know what I'm saying? When you're going to the gym and you're going to the store and you're going to work, you just kind of focus. You're not really trying to connect with people. When you're going to the gym, you're thinking about your workouts. You focus on your workouts. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the gym, you're thinking about what you're going to eat after the gym. You know what I'm saying? But when you go out and you go to an event, now you go out, you even go to a little lounge, you go to a little bar. You're opening yourself up to receive a connection with someone. And some of us are so focused on our phones. You can meet someone online, but it's like, come on. When you want to genuinely meet people for you, like where the energy is just natural, you're gonna gravitate towards the people that are for you. You can't gravitate towards them if you never, you get what I'm saying? It's meet me halfway, one. But if you never pull your weight and climb through that fear, you're never gonna naturally meet that vibe. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna constantly have dead end relationships. Relationships that is like, it's kind of fun. We gotta get really drunk to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just feeling like, I don't know about y'all, but I can't hang out with people and I'm like, you get what I mean? Like, you gotta be playing Inspector Gadget. No. It's like you literally will drive yourself insane, and I think we make it so hard. I always kind of look at, I don't know if you ever just watch kids play. Kids, they be a little sketchy at first. They be sitting around like, mm-hmm. But then after a while, hey, you like this toy? Hey, you like this toy? And kids be having fun. Kids be having so much fun that adults just watch the kids play. Adults be like, oh, let's watch the kids. You know, like, it's like no fear with kids. Kids are just fearless. They like, you either gonna like me or you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's not that deep. Sometimes we get too deep into our thoughts and our mind, and we think about what has happened to us, and we think about this, and we label ourselves that, and then we start to get anxious. You know what I mean? We're getting anxious because we're fearing something that normally is like we made it up in our head. That person didn't say that or think that. We're not psychic. We may know we may have a little sense of what's happening, you know what I mean? But we literally cannot read verbatim what someone else is thinking. And when you start to think that you can do that, you're creating more voids. You're spooking people out. They're like, I'm gonna need you to not read my mind. You know what I'm saying? Now they're like, you know what I'm saying? So take a step back. Take a breather. Do one of these. Before I walk out the house, whenever I walk out the house, I do a nice small prayer. Okay? And I just say, Lord, I know you're going to protect me. I know you're not going to bring me around something that's going to harm me. You know? And I say, I'm ready for what it is you have for me. And I smile and I say, I trust you. And because I trust you, I have no fears. And I go outside. I'll go get something to eat. I'll sit down. I like to sit down and eat. Like if I'm going, like I don't like to do takeout. Like takeout, come back home, watch Netflix. No. Like the Lord didn't bring me here to sit down and eat and watch Netflix. I'm not doing that. You could do that. That was gonna put me to sleep. I'm gonna sleep when I die. Okay. I sit down, sit at the bar, get you a little wine, order you a little water. Okay. Once a week. You ain't gotta go every day. You know what I mean? Once in a blue. Go out, order you some food, laugh with the bartender, laugh with the neighbors at the bar. Everybody just looking for a vibe. Go out. But I tell you, be having me a good time. They be loving me. They be like, hey, Amelia. Be like, hey. The regular. Or even if I go to a new place, it be like I've been there mad times. They be like, you know around here, who you? They want to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Where you been? I ain't never seen you before. You know, and it just draws conversation. It's healthy for us to converse with other people, you know, like hear different perspectives, hear people's stories, hear people. Sometimes people just want to be heard. I'll be there listening ear. I'll be like, hey, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? What you know, tell me something. A lot of times when I go with that positive attitude and I go out and I sit, I get a small lesson. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I never thought of that. And there be some things that I've never thought of or even heard of. And I'll be sitting there like, wow, I'm glad I went out. You know what I mean? Like, yay. More, you know, like I love to learn and hear new things because, excuse me, you will get too wrapped up in your head. I'm telling you, a lot of us, I can't say that enough, we'll be wrapped up in what we believe so strong, we kind of like close ourselves up, you know, like a turtle, like we go into a shell and we just like peeking out, but then we just like no, then we just like hey, then we like no, you know, like we just afraid of the world. And if you're around a great neighborhood, if you're around, you know, working individuals, if the place has 5 stars, you know what I'm saying? Then what's the worst that can happen? And if you in an area where it gets a little crazy, you might want to get in your car and switch gears and think about things, because it's harder to try to live your best life in a place that is just not built for, because then you're gonna always attract what's around. So sometimes you want to think about where you live. And I know we love our hometowns. We be proud, you know what I mean? Proud to be whatever town we be in. But that's where you started. That is the starting point. Don't let it be where you finish. Because I'm not where I started. And I don't even go back. I used to kind of go and check out the same spots. But it don't do it for me anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, well, let me go to some new spots. You know how many spots I done found? That remind me. I want to go back to that brunch spot. I found this brunch spot 5 minutes away. 5 minutes away. And I was like, I would have never known this was there had I not kept running back to my old spots. You know what I mean? Running back because it's what we know. Like, we didn't get rejected here, so I'm going to stay here. Go somewhere else. You're not going to get rejected either. I promise you. There's a million businesses, people, parks, gyms, activities happening on the news. Yeah, there's a lot of negative stuff happening. Yeah, but like, what are you doing about it? Some of us watch the news. We dedicate our life to the news. What is that doing for you? Okay, you know all the bad stuff that happened. And then what? Then you're sad. Me personally, there was enough in my life that happened to me that I don't handle sad news that well. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to cycle my life around sad news. If I hear it, I'll feel for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll have some empathy, but I can't give that much of me. You know, like, you have to learn yourself. And if you know that something sad will trickle down a pyramid of events for you, you need to know what to stand away from and what to stand near. You know what I'm saying? Because you still have to live. You have to live. You have to wake up every day and take care of your responsibilities. So you have to figure out a way that works for you. And sometimes everyone is not going to agree with it. But everyone doesn't have to lay down at night and hear them thoughts that go through your head. If you're somebody that overthinks, be thinking. Okay, well, let me start thinking about some positive stuff. Since this is how I talk to my mind. Since you want to think all day long, let's think about you. Let's think about some positive things. Let's think about things that are beneficial. Let's think about the topics that you got to talk about. You know what I'm saying? You had a channel to run. You need to be thinking about that. So I need you to shift your focus. Some of us, we don't know how to shift our focus. We just be all over the place. And then we wonder why our life is all over the place. If your focus is all over the place, your life is going to be all over the place. And an all over the place life, it's not that fun. It's kind of congested, you just here, there. Emotions is here. Gonna be drained out. We don't want to go by, okay? You don't want to be drained. You want to be relaxed. God brought you here to learn some lessons and enjoy life. He didn't bring you here so you could be stressed out 24/7 or 24/6. You know what I'm saying? Some people choose to be stressed out 24/7 by the decisions they make. So let's start making better decisions, because It's only as bad as we making it. All right. I think y'all get the message. If you didn't get it by now, watch this one more time. Okay? Rewind this. Feel this. Do the work that's needed to get yourself moving and get what's for you. Because some of us can't get what's for us because we can't just get past that one little fear of rejection. Fear of rejection. You're afraid someone is going to reject you or turn you to the side or leave you hanging because maybe you've been left hanging before. But it's time to shift those mindsets and understand that it happened. But it's not going to keep happening because you're going to shift your mind and you're going to trust that the Lord going to get you where you got to go. And you want to go, baby. All right? Coach Amelia Adair here. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, book you a session. If you need some help on building your business or your brand, I have the course available. I'll have all those links below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm going to see you guys at my next video. Bye for now.